Pam. Are we going to blame Pam for everything? I think I am. I'm just. Look, Mandani. Zoran Mandani. This guy. I mean. Okay. The Department of Justice has the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, Cash Patel, the FBI, Dan Bernardino says nothing's happened, I'm fucking out of here. And just every resource, every most, I would say, greatest resource available to dig in, to find, to investigate, to follow the money. And I'm just not seeing it. All I'm seeing from her is letters. There's a strongly somebody else was killed, or unalived, whatever you want to, however YouTube wants to put this up. But yeah, it wasn't good. I don't like the way it worked. I don't like the way it happened. But the bottom line is, and this is the part that most don't want to, well, let's just say the Demoncratic supporters don't want to mention this or realize this. It's just basic common sense. And this man here clearly indicates, hey, this is what I do. This is how I do it. I mean, what the fuck are you people doing? That's basically what he's saying.
A SIG in my glove compartment.
1911.
And an AR-15.
45 caliber.
In my 2020 Honda Accord.
SIG's 9mm.
Daily. Right?
5.56 in his.
And you know what I don't do with those things? I don't go and impede law enforcement carrying out their duties. You know what I do? I mind my business. That's all I do.
That's it.
You know my favorite saying, right? And for some reason, I'm able to survive. Every single day, I'm able to come home, run my kids a bath, tuck them in, and continue to do my thing. No harm comes to me, no harm comes to my family. I also have a 12-gauge pump, okay? And no harm comes to me and my family because I mind my business. I let the law do the law things. If I have beef, I petition my lawmakers. I don't go and take it out on law enforcement who are also citizens and Americans like me.
Great point.
And for some reason, I'm still here.
Yep.
There's a lesson in that.
That's it. How simple is that? This is it. This is all you got to do. I don't get, but we're hearing and seeing a plethora of information coming in from these. They've got this. It's called Signalgate now, where this one YouTuber and independent reporter. We're not talking 2 or 3, hundreds, maybe thousands, that are coordinating on how to impede, how to instigate, how to obstruct the Department of Justice. Just at that time, and here's the big part, there's a massive fraud investigation on Tim Walz and the demon people that are involved in this. It's fucking nuts. Look, there are people out there. Let me blow this up over here so you guys can see kind of what I'm watching, what I'm seeing. All right, let me just get this up over here, like I usually do. I mean, these guys are out there. They're trying to save you. Look, I've talked about it several times. The average amount of illegal aliens, they're not immigrants because they haven't immigrated lawfully or been vetted, etc., etc. the amount of illegal aliens, people we don't have any idea. That's why they call aliens. Aliens means we don't know what you are, but you're something. What you don't want to do here, we have no idea. Those floodgates were open for 4 years, about 3 to 4 million per year, when the average for decades, we're talking 3, 4, 5, 6 decades, the average is about 300 to 500,000 per year. And nobody was traced. So law enforcement, or Tom Homan, who's now the border czar, who is actually, I don't know, he was given the Presidential Medal of Honor by, and they're going after the criminals that they've researched and investigated. They're people you don't want in your community, because they were booted, kicked out, and shunned from their countries. What happened during the 4 years that the illegitimate Biden administration was in office, their number one goal was to bring in they knew. They knew what was coming in. I would say at least 60% of them were just not good people, not mentally stable people. I'm sure there were a few that came in, they just want to live the American dream. I get it. But there's a process for that. And at that time, they spent about $50 billion. We're talking planing them in from other countries, moving them around once you see how this all unfolds, which you should, you're going to see that they sent them all to blue woke governor, which I think that was rigged, in my opinion. They want to make it illegal. Well, there are certain states, certain blue sanctuary states, cities, whatever, that have made it illegal for any poll workers or anybody, the voting booths or the voting offices, or you go to cast your ballot, to ask for identification. Illegal. You can actually get fined if you ask for it. This is California for sure. New York, right? I think Washington, definitely Illinois. I mean, it's just crazy. Why wouldn't you want people that are American citizens voting? So it's okay if somebody comes straight to the border and is voting for somebody they have no idea who it's for. It's okay if that happens. If they come straight, is that sane? Is that correct? Is that using common sense? Of course not. And this is what the Democratic Party is trying to get you away from. Now, there's a lot of money behind the Signal Gate, which there's this whole WhatsApp. I'm not sure what was it, Telegram or WhatsApp, that they're coordinating. They're in the past is they're getting money, they're getting spiffs, they're getting bonuses, they're getting paid, and these are paid crisis actors, because you have one of them as a cameraman or camera girl or camera whatever they want to, he, she, whatever pronoun they want to use, and then you have the person that's going to be the instigator, and anything they can get negatively in regards to the ICE agent, they post it. They get money for it. They get they get taken. It's not organic. It's not like a regular protest where I'm out there. I mean, you used to see the remember the Occupy protests? They were organic. Nobody was getting crazy, right? And then BLM came, and then I just fucking threw everything out the window. But now now these people are just destroying property. They are doing everything they can to create a reaction, a negative reaction. But I mean, if you put yourself in that place, which that gentleman just talked about, that law-abiding American citizen, gun-carrying Second Amendment believer, probably a patriot, maybe he is a Trump voter, he doesn't say, or not, but the case is, you let the law do their job. But what's happening is you're getting people saying it's Gestapo, they're taking our neighbors, they're taking people we this and this and that. You don't know these people. I guarantee most of these people that are out at these protests have no idea who ICE is targeting. They don't. All they're told is to go there and get between ICE and their job. And then some idiot decides to take a gun and go do it. Yes, that was a fucking stupid thing. And then the other day, some woman decides to spin her tire. Had the tires not be spinning on the ice, that man would have been ran over. Guarantee. I showed the video. I showed how it worked. There's more evidence to prove it. While her partner, girlfriend, is sitting there going, "Go, baby, go for it. Do it." It's like this. It's terrible. It's heinous. Heinous. It's heinous. It's just wrong. And I think now somebody's kind of caved to this, as we're seeing. I'm going to check this out before I check this out. We're showing. I'm going to get back to Pam, but I got to show you this real quick. All right. That's me. That's not a talk. We got that. Let's see if I can get this here. 5 hours ago. Yeah, they're gonna find out everybody that's involved in Signalgate. It's happening in real time right now. Okay, it's happening. The question is anybody? Is it gonna still be low hanging fruit? That's all it's gonna be. This is the thing about Pam that's kind of pissing me off. Right? They're going in the Signalgate. They're going into this WhatsApp, these apps, and all this other shit. So we're gonna find out. Did somebody tell Cash to tone his eyes down a little bit? Is it just me? Because the fucking dude, man, he's usually, let's see a picture of him. Oh, he looks, yeah, somebody say, hey, bro, you gotta, it was just, now he looks a little more, they're starting to get him just a little bit better light. No more cover-ups, no more excuses. The encrypted chats coordinating potential threats against federal agents, and who knows what else, are now under a microscope. Like I just said, Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, the most technologically advanced system of going through, opened up the investigation. This is happening at scale, folks. Arrests could be coming if laws were broken. That's it. If you are obstructing justice, right? And it is justice, because I don't want crazy fucking criminal people here. I don't. Go after them. They're going after them first. Obama got rid of 5 million people. Nobody raised a finger. Trump's done like 2,000. The hypocrisy is crazy. The hypocrisy from the Demoncrats is just fucking crazy. Who's sweating right now? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody is, because Pam really isn't doing much. Right? But there's this guy. All I'm saying is the first video is that if you want to be involved in this, look, you have every right to do whatever you want to do. It's still a free country, but there are consequences. It's really simple. When the things that I've done in my past, I'm not proud of a lot of the things, but I knew once I was wrong and I did it wrong, I would knuckle up to myself and say, that was stupid. Don't do it again. Right? And we're all still learning. We're not all perfect, but I will say this. there's a certain point with me that says, I don't know, it's just where I've been. I always think about Kauai, and I think about Alaska, and I think about Canada, and I think about, the beaches of Southern California. You know what? Stay on that level plane. I might get a little ruffled. Trust me, you don't want to get me ruffled. But the thing is I keep it copacetic, right? I give people the benefit of the doubt. And most of the time people will walk over me or walk all over me or stomp or, or just stomp in my heart, whatever things happen. And I'm pretty be crazy, and I just don't. It's just, I've got wonderful kids. I've got great grandkids. I've got not great grandkids, but I got grandkids. They are great, for sure. And I put that above everything. So, did Renee put her kids and her future above what her made a great decision? This man I just showed you, black man in America, carrying a 1911, a 9mm SIG, AR-15, 5.56, 223, whatever, and a fucking Mossberg in his closet, high up above, locked away, hopefully, whatever the case may be. Second Amendment, patriotic, American working man. I make good decisions too. I make great decisions. Not perfectly, but as far as staying within the confines of the law, I do. If a cop pulls me up, I cooperate. I have always been probably the most cooperative. A cop, if you ask any cop that's ever pulled me over in my time on this planet, I'll tell you right now, they'll say, that fucking dude was really cool. Man, I wish I didn't give him a ticket. And I've actually had a cop tell me, man, I wish I didn't have to give you this, but no, that doesn't matter. I got you, man. It's just the way it works. I go, fuck, okay, whatever. All right, and paid the ticket and all that other stuff. And they didn't give me the ding, I remember, on my insurance because I went to the traffic classes and whatever else I had to do. But anyway, and there's ways to just do things correctly. There are ways to do things correctly. And I'm telling you, I know how to handle yourself with law enforcement. Let them do their job. Let them do what they're supposed to do. They are the people that have the power to draw their firearm if they see fit for any threat upon their person or their colleagues and associates. It's just, that's part of being law enforcement. Enforcement means there's just a group of them, right? Just this fucking nuts. Now, this happened. So Pam sends out a letter yesterday or the day before. Minnesota Democrats, accountability is coming, and just nobody believes you, Pam. Really, nobody believes you. But there is somebody out there that actually believes Pam, right? And this guy right here, his name is Gene Robinson. I don't know who he is. I just saw this. Right? Let me just see what he's reading. Let's see what he's saying. He's saying, and I want to believe this, but I think we're pushing the envelope here as far as time is concerned. I think if you could have went and got some more dirt, which I'm sure you could easily find on Mondami or Omar or Walls, or just fucking name it, on Schiff, Pelosi, Merrick Garland. I mean, there's so much crap out there that you could have gotten just to slow the thinking down, breaking this false integrity, and that's the key phrase I'm saying tonight, the false integrity of the Democratic Party, because they shouldn't have. Dear people, and this is weird that he starts it like this, right? It's like, dear people that hate Pam Bondi. No, the Demoncrats don't hate Pam Bondi, right? Nobody's complained on that side. Why is that, bro? Gene, why is that? Why is nobody complaining on the Democratic side? I've never heard Schiff talk shit about her. I've never heard Pelosi. I've never heard anybody. You know, I have heard Thomas Massey say some shit, and some of the stuff that this guy does, I agree with. You know, and a lot of the stuff that, a lot of, John Kennedy, the senator, I agree with him. He's not in line with Thomas Massey and a few others. Let me see. Everyone relax. She's not on TV. She's not tweeting. She's not posturing. She's building cases. Oh. Ironclad, documented, methodical, the kind that don't rely on headlines. They rely on evidence. This isn't about speed. It's about precision. I've got to see the responses on this one, man. I got to see the response. I haven't checked them. Let's see what everybody's saying. Yeah. Bondi's record on prosecutions and appointees to handle those prosecutions has been laughable. Sure, though, this time will be different. I'm concerned. Yeah, that's your response. For strongly worded letters. That's it. She just does these strongly worded letters. We need a pit bull, not a chihuahua. Fuck yeah. I'm hoping that she will grow fangs. I mean, what are you talking about, bro? You put this up, Gene. You put all this up like you know what the fuck, and all. He's just speculating. I think he's just speculating. I want to hear. I want to hear Pam say, I am fucking making the soup. I'm cooking the cake. I'm making the pie. Right? Just and I've said this in the past when she first came aboard and we were like 4 to 6 months into it. I'm like, well, you've got to make sure the hammer comes down solid when the verdict is final, right? And I get that. But a lot with people across the planet, across the United States, could have been shattered by just a few people, right? By just a few people. And if we go here, I'm going to read one more. All due respect, we've heard this all before. Many of us are tired of being told to wait, to have things go poof once the uniparty allows the minority party to take over and bury it all. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I hear to be hopeful. What? Let me see what else I got. This is... It's not that we hate her. No, I don't hate Pam Bondi. I think she's great. I think she's cool. I just maybe believe that she's in over her head. And maybe she is being controlled. I don't know what the case is, but let me just show you this real quick. Because I think it's important that I show you... is it here? No. I had a moment. It's cold outside. It's like 4 degrees, like 2 degrees. So this right here, within days, when Biden, the illegitimate Biden, basically Trump's entourage, his previous cabinet, they just went after everybody that could get in the way of their actual insurrection. Like I said, the insurrection was not J6 protesters. It was the illegitimate Biden administration. Fluvid-19 was involved to extend the time of rigging and counting ballots. My slides. I think it'd be a good idea because I've got the information. I put it out there. I mean, a lot of these. I mean, Nick Shirley. This is another good point, right? Look at all these people she admitted, and also plus the J6 defendants. 1,265 and 700 of them were incarcerated. Right? Isn't that crazy? I mean, within days, they did. I mean, all proving basically to be frivolous. Nothing really, the worst one was Sidney Powell. If you know who after them tooth and nail, it's just kind of weird that they got the Giuliani's laptop, Cindy Powell's laptop, and all this other stuff, and they got all the information, but they didn't make a copy. I mean, once you got information, you got to store it away somewhere safe. Like I said, the guy who had Hunter Biden's laptop, the reason why he's still alive because he has a copy. He has a copy of that hard drive. I guarantee it. He's still alive. He's fine. He's just got a copy of that hard drive. That's why he's still alive. Okay. This is crazy. Yeah, we're waiting. This is my biggest point. Right? My biggest point, honestly, is I'm really concerned that her inactivity, just look, you're getting the low hanging fruit. Thank you for getting the traffickers, the drug and child and human traffickers, and thank you for getting the criminals and stuff off the street, the stuff that probably any police officer could fucking do, right? Yay. Thank you. Yes, thank you. That's good stuff. But the midterms are coming, and if you don't start now to put these people, like I said, I'm going to say it over and over again. This is probably where I'm going to end my show. I'm going to tell you right now. The most important thing that Pam Bondi needs to understand is an allegation or just filing charges against somebody. The first thing that they're going to do, if it's a high-profile governor or a high-profile legislator, House or the Senate, that was there or not there, or a high-profile judiciary. I mean, Jack Smith is stumbling all over his dick. He's just an idiot right now. But if you don't start this process now to get them with a prosecution, right, an actual verdict indicating clearly that maybe the cases that they're creating are so ironclad, is what Gene was saying, and so solid that they can say, hey, just letting you know, I'm just telling you now, and I don't want to plea bargain. I don't want they're all retarded, they do nothing. But the problem is if she doesn't have somebody substantial in handcuffs going into a prison, a federal prison, then the Democratic Party will continue this insanity. That's why I'm still blaming her for what's going on in Minnesota. I'm blaming her for Madami. False integrity, this false portrayal of being the righteous in some fucking crazy way, which I have proven to be just nuts. And I'm going to tell you, there are some Repiglicans out there too, right? Lindsey Graham is just lapdogging Trump on Croc, is just a total criminal. And it's just, and I still want to see Fauci being held accountable for sure for everything he's done in the past. I don't know, forever. The guy is just he's a mass murdering crazy fuck. So is Bill Gates, his buddy Bill Gates. All right, but so what I'm saying here, MAGA, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Is this right here? Which one is it? I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Right? And she's there with the Bushes and a bunch of people back in the day. She was, all this. But the pictures don't really mean anything. Everything Trump has done will be for nothing because of Pam Bondi. That's me. I'm sorry, I've got to say it. I'm going to stick to my guns on this. You've got to do something, Pam, now. If you don't do it, I'm going to give you by the end of this month. No. Look, this month is already gone. January's already gone. From this group, and here comes the group right now. From the Russia hoax, not just allegations or charges, right? From Benghazi, from COVID-19 deaths, from Fauci to Bill Gates to J6, Afghanistan, Epstein files. That'll probably come at some point. That's leaking out slowly. Hillary's emails, my God, her and Huma Go look at Anthony Weiner's laptop, for God's sakes. You know all about that. Come on, you guys aren't... Look, everybody else knows about this shit, but you guys, for some reason, don't fucking know. The Doge findings, man. I keep telling everybody, you got all this information showing the fraud, showing the money laundering, showing the corruption, but nothing's fucking happening. Hunter Biden's laptop, there you go. 2020 election, of course, we all know. Biden family corruption, that's forever, right? Hillary's in there, Obama's are in there now. They got their foundations and all this other shit. But there's the list. If you don't have at least some J6 committee people, or, do the auto pen too, which I think should be in here, the auto pen. Biden family, no. You probably, I would say you'd want to start, don't go with Russia hoax. Nobody fucking cares about that anymore, honestly. You want stuff that's more recent. I would say go with, there's the auto pen right there. The J6 committee, which I think you've already missed the statute of limitations on that. Yeah, if you don't have something happening here with fucking anything in this list, then I think we're going to, then it's going to be a lame duck. It's going to be a lame duck next couple of years, and all the work and all the effort and 12-hour work days that Trump has been doing to fix all the bullshit and crap and chaos that the Biden administration did to turn over this country to the globalist elite and their corporate governance program. And if you don't understand, mana meaning power and talk meaning use your words. But it's real simple. If, like I'm saying, I'm going to give her to the end of 30th. I'm going to go, let's do this, come on. But if nothing, and here's what's tripping me out the most about the Democratic Party Minnesota channels of communication. Got in, like, hey, I'm one of you guys, man. And we don't know if that could be an asset to the FBI, which I think would been a good idea. We don't even know if Nick Shirley is. People are concerned that Nick Shirley is CIA, FBI guy, and for Director of National Intelligence, Department of Justice. If this stuff kind of comes from the outside, from independent journalists, I get it. I get that. I think if you guys can understand that, you get it too. And then these departments under Trump then taking to me. So, but we've all talked about Russia hoax, Benghazi, COVID-19 vaccine deaths, Fauci, Bill Gates, J6 committee, Biden auto pen, Fast and Furious, Burisma, Afghanistan. Remember, what the fuck? They left, I don't know, was it $260 million worth of freaking firearms and weapons and shit in Afghanistan? Just here, internet, seriously. Cocaine, White House. There was cocaine in the White House. There was fucking cocaine in the White House. Right? We don't know who did that? Are you kidding me? You know who did that. We know Hunter did it. We know that entire family was fucking snorting like crazy, and I got a stuffy nose because it's cold outside. So don't be thinking. The Doge findings, Hunter Biden laptop, 2020 election, Biden family. I mean, it's just, and then but go after the big stuff, right? We've all given Pam, Don, President Donald Trump, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, and Secretary AG, Attorney General Pam Bondi. I'm going to make this real simple. If you do not go after the list that I just indicated in regards to filing charges now, if you don't do it soon enough, you're probably going to lose the midterms, because you have to have people with verdicts, because the allegations aren't going to mean anything. The dog and pony shows, the hearings aren't going to mean anything. Doesn't matter how much information you have up there, but if you have juries and you have judges and you have people actually say, hey, it's pretty blatant. This is your call. This is your statement. This is your activity. This is what you did. This is the video. Here's the paperwork you filed. You signed all this other stuff. Put it all together. You're going to jail. That's what we need to see. It needs to happen now. I'm going to give you till the end of the month, because you can get a case started with the next month. You got 3 to 6 months. All of the J6 committees should not be moving around this planet freely. We all know that. That's been the biggest problem for sure. So, Pam, I am still blaming you for what's happening right now, because the Democratic Party still has that image like everything's good, because nothing's been done. They haven't been. I want to say thank you for watching. This is James with Monotalk. Aloha. I may have missed something tonight, but it's not a big deal. The biggest thing I wanted to point out is, Pam, you've got to start now. It's just, you've got enough information. And there's plenty of people that have that information as well. Either shit or